you? Are you having a fantastic day today? Or are you having a sick day? Seems pretty normal, doesn't it, to chuck a sickie, be sick, not show up for work, and call it a sick day. I've been out and about all day today, and apart from the fact that it's freezing cold, it does seem that more sickies are chucked in winter. Definitely more people have sick days on Magical Day Monday. It seems to be the ultimate day for being ill, and it goes a bit like this: I'm having a sick day. No, I don't. People don't say that, do they? I feel a bit sick today, or I've got the flu today, or I can't come in. You can actually hear in their voice that they're lying. There was a stage in my life when I employed over 200 people, and every Magical Day Monday morning, it wasn't if somebody would call in sick, it was just, I wonder who it's going to be this week. And I'm sharing that with you because is it possible that you can get a reputation for being a sickie chucker, a person who throws a sickie, takes sickies even when you're not sick? And how would that affect your reputation for the future? Will you get known as a person who has sick days? Will you get known as a person who tells lies? And you could say it's just a fib and it's just a normal culture. Particularly in Australia, to chuck a sickie, it seems normal. I think in New Zealand the same. Wherever you live in the world, is it normal for people to ring in sick even when they're not sick? And then what happens when you are sick? In the Western world, if you're employed by somebody, you have a certain number of sick days. And if you use them all up on holidays or don't feel like going to work today, or it's too cold to go to work today, or I just can't be bothered, what do you do when you're sick? That means you either have to go to work when you are sick, which is probably not a good idea, or you don't get paid for being sick. So there's always going to be a consequence to whatever we do, of course. But there's a very positive consequence, or is it possible that there's a very positive consequence for people who don't chuck sickies? And I'm going to use the wall behind me. I'm in our Kite, our K-Man's indoor training arena. It's freezing cold in here because why would you heat up a training arena? Because you want to come in here and warm up by exercising, not by putting clothes on. But this room is filled with successful people, world champions, athletes that get paid millions and millions of dollars to do what they do. And it's interesting because I have never come across an athlete that chucks a sickie. I've never heard Ronaldo say, I can't come to play today because I can't come today because I don't feel very well. In fact, the reverse, I want to share with you a very cool story. Ronaldo was diagnosed with or tested positive for a particular virus that was going around, and he was told that he couldn't come to play. He had to go into quarantine. He had to stay at home. I call it happy home stay. Some people call it lockdown. He got the team doctor to do a full physical on him at the start of his happy home stay. Blood tests, resting heart rate, blood pressure, everything to test his fitness. And at the end of the 7 days or 14 days, whatever the quarantine period was, he got the doctor to do those same tests again to prove that he'd gotten fitter and stronger and better in that period. Because he didn't want to get a reputation of being a guy that was sick. Now, I'm not asking you to be that person, because if you're sick, obviously you should look after yourself. But there's also some things to consider there, because one of his arguments was, I'm a very fit, healthy guy. I'm not sick. I don't need to stay at home. I'm a fit, strong, healthy guy because I look after my immune system. And one of the things that I've always shared, and I share it probably every day, I bang on about this, that when you're fit and strong, everything in your body works well. Yes, you've got a central nervous system that fires up effectively, so your brain works well. Your hormonal system fires up very effectively, so every other part of your body works well because your hormonal system is designed to keep everything in peak physical condition. You have strong bones. Now, your immune system is built inside your bones. So if you're really fit and strong and you've got strong bones and you've got strong muscles pulling on those bones to make them stronger, you also have a strong immune system. If you are, and I'll use Ronaldo again as an example, if you are traveling the world, meeting different people, touching different things, being exposed to germs, bugs, viruses and diseases, is it possible that your fit, strong body becomes even fitter and stronger and your immune system becomes even fitter and stronger because it's fighting against germs, bugs, viruses and diseases? And that's a really cool thing about a headspace that is healthy, is it's not just your head that's healthy. You have a positive attitude, less stress, or you handle stress incredibly well. And often sickness is caused by stress. Your body breaks down because it's stressed, so you pick up germs, bugs, viruses and diseases. There's that bit of a myth about, if I go out in the cold or if I go out in the rain and the wet, I'm going to get the flu or get a cold. Well, if you understand the immune system, you'd know that that's not what happens. Because your body's broken down, it's weak, so so it can be attacked by germs, bugs, viruses and diseases, so it gets sick. Well, I don't want to be that person. How about you? If you're an elite athlete and you're getting paid millions of dollars to do what you do and or you love what you do, surely you don't want to have a sick day. You don't want to have time off because you're injured or sick. That's the other beautiful thing about having a fit, strong body. It recovers really quickly from injury. And if you do get sick, it recovers really quickly. And could that be a reputation? Because if you're fit and strong and you don't want to be sick, the call's a bit different when you call your boss or the team manager or somebody who's responsible for paying you money, including your clients. You would say, I'm really annoyed because for something's happened and my body's become weak and I've attracted a germ, bug, virus or disease. But don't worry, I'll be back quicker than anybody. I'll be in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the fastest recovering person from this cold, flu, bug, virus, disease because I'm really fit and strong. Something to be proud of. Really interesting to take note of from a reputation point of view. Somebody is employing you and you chuck a sickie, you could get a reputation of the person who chucks sickies, and that's not very good for your future opportunities or future employment. But if you are a contractor, if you have your own business, if you're an exercise professional who has clients, for example, imagine having a reputation of a person who gets sick all the time. Imagine ringing your clients and saying, I can't train you today because I'm sick. And it's something that I'm very proud of, and I share this with you for no other reason except that we have to accept the consequences of all of our actions, don't we? If we have sickies, if we're regularly unreliable, irresponsible, we have to accept that that's going to affect our reputation. If we're always the person who is fit, healthy and strong mentally and physically, and we don't have to have time off for injury, for sickness, for illness, is it possible that we get a good reputation for that as well? So one of the things I'm really proud of is my clients knew that the only reason I would ever not show up for their training session is if I was half dead. And because I've got a positive attitude and because I'm fit and strong and because I refuse to get sick, I'm one of those people that if I feel a sore throat coming on or a bit of a runny nose coming on, I just do everything possible to stop that from happening, including I refuse to get sick, so positive attitude. And obviously I dose it with a cold shower, I dose it with heavy exercise session to sweat it out, because isn't it awesome that you can sweat germs out of your body? That's what the immune system does. That's why you get a fever, because as your body heats up, it kills the germs, bugs, viruses and diseases. I will do everything physically possible and mentally possible to stop getting sick, and I haven't been sick for a very long time. And I'm sharing that with you because is it possible that is it that we need to take responsibility for what happens to us? If you constantly throw sickies, even if it's because you are sick, why are you getting sick? And there's very few diseases now, germs, bugs, viruses that affect the human body that aren't self-inflicted. And I don't share that with you by judgment. I share that with you by the medical professionals who tell me that most of the people in hospital, at least 80%, most of the people that go to an emergency room, at least 80%, most people that go to the GP, at least 80%, what they're going for is self-inflicted. One of the big ones is inactivity. It's now considered the new smoking. If you're inactive, your bones waste away, immune system gets weak, your muscles waste away, so your ability to do things effectively becomes weak. You become mentally weak and unhealthy. So everything in your life affects you negatively, including things like accidents. If your fast twitch muscle fibers have wasted away, if you bang into the coffee table and you've got fast twitch muscle fibers, you will fall down and get back up again. But if you've let those waste away because you're not strong, then you fall over and it hurts, or you break your toe, or the horrible things that happen from accidents if we don't have a fit, strong body. And I'm sharing all of that with you because if 80% of our accidents and our sickness and the germs, bugs and viruses that attack the human body, we're not fit enough to deal with them, so we get sick, wouldn't that give us a reputation of that person is not looking after themselves, they're not responsible, they're not looking after their health? And I know I'm being very harsh, but we live in a very competitive world. And if you want to be in that top group of people, when I say top group, the ones that get paid the most money, that get to choose their own hours, be their own boss, they're doing what they love. And of course, if you're doing what you love, you don't want to be sick. Is that one of the reasons why people throw sickies? Because they hate their job so much, they don't want to go. Now, there's a responsibility that we need to take, isn't it? If you hate your job, why are you working there? If your job's making you sick, why would you let that happen? Why not choose your own hours, be your own boss, do what you love, stay healthy, fit and strong, be financially free and have great people in your life. Now, I've just gone through the process of what Romax is all about every day and what the Max Colleges is about, which is those 4 big areas of life. Are you healthy, fit and strong? Do you have a career or business that you love? Are you financially free? Less stress. And do you have great people in your life? Less stress. And could that create a beautiful package of somebody who's less likely to get sick? Never going to have a job that you don't like, so you're not going to wake up ever thinking, I've got to have a sickie today because I can't handle not going, I can't go to work today. I don't understand that, of course, because my entire life I've woken up every single day doing what I love. And of course, that's what I wish for everybody. I wish for you to never get sick. And if you do get sick, please know that if you're fit and strong, isn't it exciting that you'll recover quickly? What a great thing to say to the doctor or the physio or the chiropractor or whoever it is that you go to if you've got a medical challenge. Yes, I've got this thing, but I'm going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records for the fastest recovering person from this particular medical challenge. What do I have to do that? And could the big part be I have a mentally tough brain and a physically strong body? Could that be a way to live your life to the max so that you can sing every day like I do and love to sing it? I feel good, na 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 na. I knew that I would now, na 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 na. So good, yeah, so good, woohoo!